I have returned. Now I'm actually showing the right things. Indeed, no sneak peek. So, as I was saying, I already finished the penny comic because I had 2 hours to spare and nothing to do. So I just need to type the text for the penny and then I can try something else. So, don't know how today will look. Might be an absolute disaster. Might actually be something. We'll see. We'll wait and see. What is it called again? Closet cell. I'm glad you printed it. I hope the quality is nice. I did my best to save it as big as possible, but you never know how such a thing turns out. Okay, so I'm waiting for this, and if this is okay, then I can send it. But meanwhile, can I save this? What does this button do? Oops. Let's turn off the sound. Nice to know everyone agrees. So this is a preset site, which is nice, and now I just have to do an. Why isn't there an A4 preset? Let's fix that. A4 size. Custom. Hey. A4. Right. So this is canvas. This is the A4. There we go. See, I'm learning this stuff. Made my own preset and all. Now, let's see if I can design a cover for the penny. Because the last one I made I really wasn't happy with. Wait, not penny, Okuta. So let's first make some ideas with just blobbing. It's not really Okuda, but it's Anthology, but this is actually nice filling. Let's put this to the side. Also, it's getting chillier in my art space. Right now I can manage with dressing warm. Do I already have a little heater here? Should. I have one heater downstairs. I'm not sure if I already have a heater here. Maybe behind over there? No. Oh well. No heater needed just yet, and I can always wear something better. And so this is Anthology. And this actually looks kind of nice. Let's flip the image and see if we still vertical. I always mess that one up. Horizontal. Yeah, okay, so space filling actually works. Put the kitty on your lap or in your neck. I wished that was possible with my kitties. But my kitties are not snuggle kitties. My kitties have, well, they don't really like to be tossed around and everything. They have their own independence and opinion. So no kitties on my lap for me. Besides, I wouldn't be able to sit still myself anyway. Let's see if I can find an Okuta reference for myself. Okay. She already made a mistake with the outfit, but that's okay. That's why we have sketches and all. No, we never had snuggle. Well, we had one snuggle cat, but unfortunately, he passed away quite young because he had an enlarged heart. So his heart was too big, which caused him to leave us soon. Opacity. Maybe that's the reason why I find it weird that people just do everything with their cats. And I'm like, do they even like it? And apparently they do. I mean, I guess you know your own kitten best. But I never had cats that really liked being tossed around. Right, so this is the sketch. Let's call it sketch. And now the trickiest part for me is to draw the body, because this is something I prefer to do analog, but this is how things are at the moment. But of course, nobody says I have to sketch really big when starting out. I can just and I just enlarge it just to make sure that the body is right. Body. No, this is not going forward. Right. How about we draw on a separate layer and not ruin our blobby sketch? Save. Lock the layer. New layer. So that was the reason why it wasn't looking that great. Anyway. Right. So the shape of the body is like this. First we go to the back. Let's make it first more like a box, so I know I have a better feel for the shapes. Different color. I usually don't use boxes, but sometimes it does help. Especially if I want to make, well, to me, complicated poses. So I sometimes do it. Not often. It is a trick that works. This is a very static arm. This head is way too big. So maybe that's why it's not feeling that great just yet. Not actually seeing that much. See, I need to be a little bit higher. There we go. And even though you're not seeing that much, this is way too short a skirt. Because I have a feeling this is actually... I'm gonna start a new layer. This one's my backup. Because I have a feeling it's just... Oh, wait. It doesn't really work if you're doing it on the wrong layer. No. See, that works a lot better. Like I said, this is easier for me when I'm doing analog. Because now I'm drawing upright. Necklace. She didn't have a back bow. Not that you would see it right now, but that's okay. Even if my style did change a lot, it's best to keep it a bit closer to my current style. That's a bit too low. Ironically, this is the hair color, the actual hair color. It's way too high. It's best if I just do this. That's way I have a better grip on the size. Still think it's too high. How about I start it here? I know this is a horrible neon mishmash. That's way too big, way too big. Too big. Okay. So that means that this one needs to finish lower. Somewhere here. Okay. Now to see how this mishmash would look enlarged. Duplicate layer. Back up. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Keep aspect ratio, yes. Nah, this is okay. And now we need to start refining. So here I was, making sure both sides were absolutely correctly. And you don't even see the other side. This one can be. Let's make a folder with sketches. Where I can put all my sketch layers in that I will no longer use, have present or whatever. So I don't get mixed up too often. Now, this is going to be the first layer. I sincerely doubt this is going to be the end layer. I did get another brush. A pencil. Let's see how that one works. I actually don't notice much extra with it. Except it's slightly slanted. My normal layer can be fully... Oh yeah. So it is... I did browse around for a few free materials. Now. Let's first start with the eye. And this line art is way too thick. That's why you start with something delicate. That way you know if the line art isn't too thick. So, how's... Yeah, this actually has pretty much the same. Unless I go really quick, and fortunately I can't draw that quick just yet. Not for those fine details anyway, but... So this is a nice brush. Not suitable for the work I'm looking for, which is a really big shame. Because I need some consistency to improve the lines. And of course the eyes are going to be the trickiest, because you don't want to have it focused that much. Just slightly. Didn't really give Okuta in her. I wanted to be a little bit representative. And of course everything is way too far away from me. Of course I may divert from it a little bit. I mean, I am better nowadays, so. And might be even bigger. I did let my niece read it, who is a bit younger than Okuta, but she really loved it. I guess teenagers do, because it's technically a teenager's dream come true. Not just because it's somewhat high school drama, but also getting back at bullies, things like that. That staring eye is very starey at the moment. I know that's because it's still work in progress, but that's a bit too high. Now I need it a little bit smaller so I can get a nice fluid line. Because you never really saw Akuta's ear, but I can assure you they were fully human. Let's see, because I usually had issues with lines when I had to zoom out. But this is not Photoshop. Alright, she had those ear thingies as well. I really don't like the hair strength thingy. It's way too It's too high, it's too big. How about I first draw bottom line, because they weren't that long. Okay, I can make them as long as I want because it's my character, it's my world. But I do want to be able to be proud of it myself. And that's a lot lower already. She looks like Luna from the live-action Sailor Moon? What part of Luna looks like Okuta? I mean, the hairstyle is not even close. Maybe it's just the vibe the character is giving off. But I seriously don't see how the live action Luna looks. Nope, not seeing it. Bangs are really different. Ponytails are way thinner. So I'm sorry, I'm not seeing the comparison with Sailor Luna. So I'm probably seeing something or looking at different things than you do in an image. Blue twin tails. There are a lot of characters who have blue twin tails, so maybe I'm looking from a designer point of perspective. I mean, I've also been accused that one of my character looks like Bloom from Wings Club. And the only thing they had in common was, well, one had yellow-orange hair, Bloom has orange hair, and both like the color blue. So, really. Also, comparing an artist's work to someone else's work is not really... please don't do that, it's very frowned upon. Because you're technically accusing them of stealing someone else's design. And I know that's not what you mean, but it's quite rude, actually. So please don't go to a character and say, hey, your OC looks like that established character. If it is 2 drops of water, perhaps you could do that, but this isn't really close to it. So we probably have a very different opinion on things. I need a separate sketch for where the ears are gonna be, because the ears are. And that means that this part is way too. Already had to redo this anyway, so she has no earrings, and those little locks weren't above here, or were they? I'm gonna stretch. Can I see where those little locks were meant to be? They were below the ear. I think that was bothering me as well. Let's see, and this goes like this. It's okay if there's a little overlap. It needs to be bent more. That's better. Fix lines if need to. This one failed. Sometimes you just have to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm just gonna add a little highlight because this stair is creeping me out. Highlight. There we go. Makes it a lot less creepy. Because you guys aren't staring at the preview all the time. I am. And it's creepy. No, that was a nice line. Oh, that was a nice line. No, that doesn't make sense. That's a bit. You need to go, and you need to go. Wait, where does that go? And thank you for the compliment. As always, I won't say your name because of privacy reasons. Because this will be posted on YouTube later on. And I respect the privacy of my viewers way too much for that. Do wonder if I should send this anthology to the anyway, but I doubt they like it because there's only 3 comics in there, and it's old work, and they don't really like the work that's not super refined or amazing artist. Or at least that's the impression they're giving me with all the reviews. I mean, they once had an amazing comic from an artist who was obviously just starting out. And, well, burn it to the ground is a bit too much, but they weren't very kind about it. More like practice a lot more and then you can come back. And I was like, yeah, sure. But you can always say it on a more encouraging way. Like, we see you still have a lot to learn, but this is a very promising start. Please keep practicing a lot more often, and you'll be better in no time. Then I'm saying the exact same thing, but I'm saying it nicely. But technically, I graduated as a teacher, so dealing with people and coating it in sugar is kind of what I graduated to do. Though I should be more assertive, because sometimes people just walk right over me, and that's not good either. How much was her cleavage situation? Not much, by the way, but because she was 16, I did give her quite a lot, actually. But it shouldn't be too much. She's 15, so no need. I once, by the way, got fan art from Okuta. 15 years old, character at least. And let's just say the art I received was not suitable for Okuta herself. I mean, not sure what people were thinking. Like, she's a minor, and she states she's a minor, and then you draw her like that. So, fan art is nice, but I'd rather not have rated fan art, if you catch my drift. So, let's first make this sleeve. Um, her arm is a bit thicker than that. It's not a twig. Those little curls are actually from my Tenshi Muyo face. Maybe that's where I got the inspiration after Dream, after I saw Utokata, I believe. Never finished the series. Was Utakata, was that the name of the series? Huh. Actually, Okuta looks a bit like the Utokata character. Huh. Maybe I was subconsciously inspired by that. But of course, that's way better art. You would keep them apart in a lineup. Where's the other part of the arm? Here. Now the tricky part. Well, the trickiest part is the top of her hair anyway, but Sasami was one of my favorite characters, mostly because of Tsunami. But I also really liked Washu and Ryoko. I even like Mihoshi a lot. Not much fan of Ayeka. It's a beautiful arm, but it's way too thin. And I can't enlarge this without enlarging the lines as well. And yep, Dutch Comic Con is around the corner. Still have other conventions to go, but it's the last one of the year, obviously, because then the year's almost over. And I did decide to add a poem that I created in Anthology as well. Mainly because I had an extra image in there and it just felt out of place. So I found back a poem I created and I put that in there instead, because I have a set amount of pages I need to fill, and it needs to be divisible by 4. Poem isn't feeling that great. But this won't be done before Fantasy Fest, by the way. I mean, Fantasy Fest is in like 2-3 weeks. Let's see. Yeah, 2.5 weeks. So it would only be possible if I managed to finish it this week, which is technically possible. I mean, still have an hour today. That's a bit too. And I have first day this weekend is obligations, so I won't have time for that. Next weekend is obligations, so I won't have time for that. So it isn't impossible, but I don't want it to be a shoddy rush job. Okay, now we're getting to the tricky parts. Let's save. Well, it's not even the trickiest part, because the trickiest part is coming when I'm gonna flip the image. That will have to do. And I will just have to clean that up. The thing is, I have to mimic the style inside, because I could go full this is my current style. But if I would do that, then people would get the wrong impression on what's on the inside. The inside is old work. That's what I really don't like about some other artists. They make a wonderful cover. For example, the Kilala Princess Mulan special. The cover is beautiful, made by the original artist, and the inside is not made by the original artist, and it shows. It really shows. It isn't as amazing. It's decent art, but the backgrounds are lacking. Things are all stiff. And I'm grateful for the offer to help, but I'm a perfectionist, and I really don't want to delegate things. I'm just very peculiar about that. See, this is something I. See, this doesn't make sense. First of all, there needs to be a line over here. That already helps a lot. And now to make this a bit broader. And I forgot her shirt. There's an undershirt here. And that's just a basic zoop undershirt with little frillies. Okay, now the worst part. We have to flip the canvas and see how much we messed up. Flip the canvas. Okay, so that's not that bad. It's the eyebrow and the eye. So let's first, yes, apply transformation, duplicate. I think it's not that much actually. That would be awesome, by the way, because getting these line art is tricky enough. First we're gonna do this a little bit higher. I'm first trying to fix this part, then I'm going to look at other parts. One thing at a time, please. That should fix the... Right. And her body is too wide. So this whole part needs to move. And this part needs to be lower because it's way too high. Which means the top part needs to be lower as well. And this one needs to be lower then as well. Something is off. I believe I can tilt the whole image. See, this whole thing is way too big. And that's why I said this isn't the final line art. At first at a glance like, oh, it's okay. And then when you stare longer, you see a lot of things that need to be changed. She already has a big forehead, so could I lower it to here? Yep, and this should be the center. And that's why you flip canvases. Because eventually we get blind for our own mistakes, and flipping a canvas does work. that fake hair. That's a bit too much, but this face goes right about here. But then a little bit. And I know Okuta has massive hair. That's kind of what her thing is. Magical girl, massive hair. But that's a lot better like this. Okay. Now to smooth these lines. Okay. Now this doesn't look that great. This just looks cut off. I believe when I designed this hair, I was I don't remember now. Wait, let's get my example again. Yeah. That part does look right. Okay, so we fixed the head face. Now we're gonna fix the made the body narrower part. This one can stay, this one needs to go. That's just prolonging the line, that's not that hard. But the tricky parts will be here. Now we'll be getting to the tricky part. Eraser, eraser, eraser. I almost forgot this line. There's a line that's too much. I'm gonna move you. Now, let me see. I see I spot something. That's why you flip the canvas. Okay, and now we'll flip the canvas again. And then you can see that line over there needs to be, well, return, needs to be redone. Oh, whoops. First you flip the canvas, then you save. Then you get the bigger eraser. Yes, apply the transformation. And then you can brush again. Okay, that was nice. Just need to fix it on the base. And let's first move the highlight because we have a scary face at the moment. Scary face situation. There we go. Now I need to check if it's a golden ratio. Well, it's not really a golden ratio I'm trying out, so don't worry about that. I need to find, as my teacher called it, the burn lines, the brandlijnen. So you need to divide it in threes. And the most important things will be here, 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 and here, and nothing of the image is there. Let's see, can we fix it? But maybe make it a bit bigger. Well, at least it's in the center now, so that's something. Where's my, okay, here's my, okay. So it's not really golden ratio, but, well, I guess we've got something we can't. Not with this design anyway. Now, first we're gonna duplicate the layer. Line art. Because if I want to color the line art afterwards, I have to make sure nothing happens to the line art. Highlights, not really important right now. You can go, and you can go, and we're gonna make a folder. Great, I'm making it inside. And this is going to be colors. Can I make this my reference layer? Because they say that if you do that, then things get easier. This is, I guess, the moment we're going to find out. Bit navy blue. Reference layer. Cool! It works! That's saving a lot of times. But I need it less bright. Oh, I forgot our belt. Okuta has a belt. I'll make that at the end then. First we're gonna finish this. No, it's just two. Belt really looks weird, by the way, but maybe we'll see. We'll see. Tolerance. Let's up the tolerance. It's eye piercing at the moment. Oh, oops. Well, I'll color that by hand if needed. Oops, that's a bit too bright. And her hair color is very blue. But it's not that... It's kind of like this, but a bit brighter. And it's a bit lighter. That's more like it. I'll color that by hand. Sometimes pen pressure isn't nice. Still things you have to color by hand. It's not a miracle thing, but hey, it's my work, not the computer's. At least I'm doing the biggest things. Another bucket. Bucket? It's the G for fill. Right. As for her skin tone, what was the color of her skin again? I mean, what was the intention of the color of the skin with me? And I said purple eyes because it made no sense. I do want her to have a healthy, slightly toned skin. That's way too ochre. That's way too ochre. Still way too yellow. Now a bit lighter. Sounds a bit weird, but she can have a bit of color. Healthy skin and all that jazz. And it also depends on what screen you're watching, of course. She's very caramel colory with me right now. If you look at my other screen, she's quite grayish. I'll color that by hand soon. First, we're gonna close the gaps, fix the gaps. This already saves so much time. Right, alright, there was a skin tone issue there. And then we had to do the mouth. Roar. And a bit lighter. That's a bit too much. And now to do the purple eye. And it's always guessing what it will look like on print. Usually what I intend it to be is what I get. I do have quite the feel for it. Now, and to get the eye white, which is going to be tricky. Seriously, you need that highlight in the eye because otherwise it will be just super scary. Even if that's not going to be the final highlight anyway, but you need it. You need it, otherwise it's going to be very creepy. Now, first what I'm going to see, does it work if I add some teeth? And that's just an experiment because I don't know. That's something you have to find out by adding them. Yep, it works. That's a bit too much. No, that's too detailed. Let's not do the details. That would be too detailed. And if I do want to have a little bit of pointy, isn't that too much? She's not a vampire, so let's see if I can make it slightly less prominent. And then you just get the simple one. Her eye is huge like this. Is this something I need to make smaller? Let's see what happens if I make this smaller, this eye. And then let's just on the color layer, because I think I can remember white and purple. That's better. That's better. Right, now to get purple again. Now to get skin tone again, because apparently I forgot a whole line. And now to get white again. Let's make it a tad less white. This is probably too grey, but that's a starting point. Okay, now to get that and make it a bit more lighter. Yeah, that's a bit too much. Okay, now to put out the highlights. Still scary face. But at least a lot better. Now to get for the belt. How about I first go to the spot where I need to be? First we're gonna get a black line. Then we had a 6 line. That's almost underneath the boot. That's way too. I see a spot I almost missed. But first we're gonna finish this line. Then we're going to the colored line art because otherwise I forget it. Then we're gonna do I. And then we're gonna do P. There we go. I know this now looks like an afterthought. And I'm just gonna color this a bit brutally. Just wondering. So that's how people, they first use the reference layer to do a full fill, and then they color, and then you can't go outside the lines. I'm starting to get how people use reference layers. Okay, and now from the line art I need to remove a little bit over here. Lock and lock. Then I'm going to duplicate layer. Here we go. Backup goes in here. I want to merge selected layers. Right. So now Okuta is fully colored. Now we can start adding some basic shades and light and all that jazz. First of all, interesting, but that was not what I was looking for. I want you to click to layer below. First, we're going to do the extreme highlights, which I know not everyone likes, but I do. What time is it anyway? Okay, I still have about half an hour less. Where's my brush? Just normal brush, please. Paint and apply. I believe this is it. Is this the paint and apply one? Yep. Amount of paint. Density of paint. Okay, and filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Okay, that's at least softer. I can make this a bit bigger anyway. And we're gonna soft light that. No. Overlay? No. Screen? No. Yeah, there is a yellow shine. So now we're gonna get the purple for the basic shades. And this is a bit harsher. So this is just the basic shading. Now we're going to do the actual shading. And that's gonna be brown. I need a decent brown. How about I get the right layer? Yeah, that's not working. Tolerance less. Okay. Let's see how this works. First, what we're gonna do is get a bigger brush. Oh, working on the wrong layer. I hate it when that happens. There we go. And we're gonna redo that. I always hate it when I work on the wrong layer. I'll fix that later by hand then. Okay. I don't think this is way too big. Let's make that thinner. That should be everything. Let's duplicate this layer and then blur it. Let's see how that works. Okay, and this goes way lighter. This goes multiply. And just want a little dot for the nose. But that tolerance was very low, so why am I... well, if it works, it works. I don't question it. Multiply. And very low setting. Well, I'm starting to like this. It's a mix of cell shading and soft shading. So I like that. Now, let's do the white. That's something I can finish today. And then I need to go to bed because I have work tomorrow. I'm starting to get a hang of coloring my way. Still miss the Dodge and Burn tool, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. Pardon me. I'll just delete that later then. I'm going to do a bit of a bluish blue. Is this the right blue? Yeah, this is the right blue. Don't worry. As you can see, as you already saw, the fact I'm doing it this heavy doesn't mean that's the final result. I didn't even add highlights to the skin just yet, so I need to do that anyway. But that's later. I'm working on shades right now. And this is the reason why I don't think I can finish this for Fantasy Fest. Because then I would have to finish this week. So I can order test print and, well, That's not gonna happen. But hey, I have book 4 at Fantasy Fest in Dutch instead of Dutch Comic Con, so it can be a Dutch Comic Con release instead. And Oculta never was meant to be a comic for sale. I did find another project I may publish in a second anthology work, but I made that with someone else, so would have to ask permission, because that, well, woman, was a girl back then, now a woman, wrote the story. I made some art. Duplicate, Gaussian blur. First I'm gonna make this light. And the shades is the easiest part. It's the highlight that's trickiest. Maybe I shouldn't do a highlight. Maybe that's gonna be too much. Maybe just on the cheeks. Let's do a highlight cheek. On the face. Let's do that, because just to add a little bit and see how that works. Light Gaussian blur. Just a light one. Just a little bit later. Okay. Can't finish the dress, can't finish face. Let's do the eye, because I like eyes. That's a bit too much. First I'm gonna add you. That's a bit too much. That needed a thinner one. There we go. Fantasy Fest, yeah, it's technically still spring in May, so, but it is later than usual. And since AnimeCon wants to be at the same venue again, at least I won't have to worry about double bookings that way. Let's see how that now looks like. She is severely drunk evil. There we go. This found a stamp, so that's nice. And let's do soft light and a little pink. Let's see how that works. Oops. Now let's see what happens if I add lines. That's the wrong one. And now make it soft light. Nah. Screen overlay. Nah. Where's my screen? No, thank you. Lighten. No. Darken. Multiply. And how's the highlight coming? Still a stand and highlight. Okay. I think this is how far I'm gonna get for today. I could go on, but well, I kind of need my sleep and all. So I will probably be able to finish the coloring First day, I hope. Also first day evening. And I might, but that's a big if, I might stream it. But that's not sure yet. I don't even know how long I've been streaming. 2 hours. 2 hours straight. Not bad for a 2-hour image. I still have plenty to do. So yeah, I'll be uploading this on YouTube. I'll be seeing you later. Maybe I'll be seeing you guys at Fantasy Fest. Maybe at the Dutch Comic Con. Maybe later. Who knows? Let's first sleep tonight. Sleep well. Bye bye.